There was a gay dude at my high school too that was kind of like that, but he would just be like, he'd be like, oh, like fuck straight people, like in the hallways, like he'd be like, fuck straight boys, like, oh, straight people piss me off, like that. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like you're making people dislike you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not how you like make friends, dude.
But that's how it is in high school, though, right? Like kids get so fucking put in their box, and they believe that's like the only way to look at everything. And
high school
they
just had a bunch
resent
of
everybody.
weird kids, man. There was this other dude. His name was Nathan. I actually knew this kid from my previous elementary school before the one I got removed from. It was one
For stabbing someone in the face. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, let's move on from that. And so this kid Nathan, very interesting kid. He actually moved to Alaska not too long ago, and he became a pastor. But I remember this kid because he was suffering from depression. Now, I didn't know what depression was. I just thought it was sadness.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I remember he just kept talking about his depression to everybody, right? Which I thought was really odd.
Shut the fuck up.
That's exactly
Get over it, dude.
He's like,
watch
God,
a
I'm
funny
gonna
movie and shut the fuck up.
Go for a walk. I don't give a shit.
But this kid was so fucking weird because he would tell everybody about his depression all the time. And I just remembered looking into his ear cavity, and it had earwax just coming out. Yeah. It was so fucking...
That's why you're depressed,
That's
motherfucker.
the source right there, dude.
It was
Start with
so...
your earwax,
I know.
asshole.
I was like, maybe you're depressed because you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Start with that. No, I didn't say that. But I
That would have
literally...
been a sick burn. That's a good
That's a
high
good
school
burn.
burn.
But as he
That
was
was a good
talking to
burn.
me
He
about
killed himself.
depression, I didn't know about fucking depression. And he goes, and we started getting into a little argument because he kept on trying to talk to me about this shit. And mind you, I was really nice to him because I remember him from elementary school. So when I saw him in high school, I was like, I remember he's that elementary weird kid, right? Mm-hmm. And I think we were friends as elementary students. But he became a little weird, and he was just talking about his depression to everybody. And then I remember one time I just looked at him. He goes, David, like, I'm just so depressed. I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Right? I got so irritated, and I was like, just go do something about it, right? And then he looks at me. Hey, mind you, I'm a lot older than you, right, guys?
Yeah.
Times are different then.
No, for sure.
We didn't know about depression. It wasn't a huge talk.
David's
Right?
kind of an asshole.
And he looks at me and he goes, it's a chemical imbalance. And I remember I looked at him and I was like, you're a fucking loser. And I left it at that, and I just walked away.
Yeah.
And as I look back at it now, and I'm like, David, that was a very terrible way to handle that shit.
But at the time, it's like,
I didn't know he was weird.
Is he
too.
alive
Yeah.
still? Did he immediately?
Is he
kill himself?
alive? Is what he asked.
Hey, he's a
Bro, after that ass beating,
hey. Rest
it's a chemical imbalance. You're a loser. Like, shit.
He's like, hold on a second. Let me explain myself.
This just shows how mean kids can be in high school and how they can make a change for the better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me explain
100%.
myself. First of all, I just
David's
want to
a
say
piece of
this.
shit.
Before
David's
we
a piece of
say
shit.
anything
Yeah,
else, before we say anything else, I want to say this. Rest in peace, Nathan. No, I'm kidding. No, he's out in Alaska. He's a pastor. He has a wife. He has a kid.
He's killing the
It's
game.
all good.
Cool.
He actually moved to another state because of me. No, but he. I think he kind of leveled himself out. The problem was, like in high school, there was a lot of guys, I guess, during that time, whatever they found, it was like that emo rock stage, and people were all getting into their feelings, and I think everybody has that during high school because now we have emo rap. So during my time, it was emo rock. And so they will listen to this music, get all up in their fucking feelings, start writing poetry and poems. But there was the other, like a bunch of losers expressing their feelings, right? Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
And so
We've been there. We've all been there.
and that's probably why your dad asked you that question.
Shut up, dude. What the fuck?
I remember there was this other kid, and his name was Jeremy. And the reason why I couldn't take like depression seriously is because there was a certain amount of group of kids that kind of, and there's always people like this that take something that's very serious and they try to use it for their advantage.
And that's kids in high school, dude. Kids do that shit all the time.
Yeah. So there was this kid.
Well, you would always
Jeremy.
call people's bluffs.
This kid Jeremy, he would try to use the depression thing to get girls to talk to him, just to be like, "Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you fine?" And he would like talk to them after school. So I remember one time. Now, mind you, I didn't handle this very well either, because I was already fed up with this because Nathan there talked to me about his depression for weeks, and then I had this other kid named Jeremy, and a lot of the girls were getting irritated of him because he would hop from different girls within the group because a girl would catch on like, "Oh, he's just using this so he could talk to me so I could be his girlfriend." They would cut him out. Then he'd go to another one, then another one.
Dang.
And so
That's good.
So I did not handle the situation very well either. If it was very serious, I did not do this very well at all, because this kid finally, it got to my ears that he was quote unquote depressed. And I remember he wrote on AIM as a group chat. He just goes, "You know what, guys? I'm just gonna go and drink